originally they weren't approved with that credit report. Remember, we had to wait till September. Okay, good morning. Welcome to the morning grind. My name is Shannon Wheeler, and I am the president of Premier Mortgage Group. I am so very thankful to have the chance to be here. Talk to him. Hello. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go around the room and let's talk about what we are thankful for, grateful for. Go ahead, Trish.
I'm grateful and thankful for that I finally started to decorate my new home.
Oh, fantastic. You know, your office is a shining example of what your home is going to look like.
I love her office.
Oh, crazy thing.
Thank you.
Oh, it's not even just that. It's that, I was in my office right down the hallway for like a year and a half, something like that. And I walk into Trish's office, so I'm walking down the hallway, and I see this shining light, It's like the shining city on the hill, right? And I look in, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this just looks immaculate. Everything looks beautiful. So, yeah. Yeah. And then you go down the hall to my office, and it looks like a place that someone would recover from opioid addiction.
Yes.
The mattress in the corner. It's just, I finally did get some pictures up, but anyway, I can imagine your home is going to be beautiful based on the little snippet. My home actually does not look like my office, but that's good. So if you come by there, you'll get that. So what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful I have 3 appointments on Thursday.
Oh, fantastic! So tell me about it. Buyers, sellers. What are you dealing with? Ooh.
And 2 of the appointments are with the same woman, and we're going to Manchester. And then I have 1 appointment from Zillow we got yesterday, and it's in Murfreesboro. So.
Ah, gotcha. So we need to talk to both those people to make sure they are approved. And if they say they're approved, we need to, because there's a lot of people out there now that are saying, "Oh, you're approved." What's that? Well, then they're approved. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there now that are just saying people are approved just to get them, but then they're not really. And that's a little bit of a challenge right now for sure. All right, what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for my wife.
Yeah.
I couldn't do a lot of stuff without her, probably, especially with the 2 kids that I have. So.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Ed, what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for this guy. He fixed the leak in my roof.
Oh, nice. Now, I thought you were renting a place. We just
moved into a house.
Gotcha. And so that's part of what you had to deal with and take care of?
Well, no, it just happened. Like, everything was perfect about the house, and then suddenly, like, the HVAC unit started getting, I guess, too much condensation, and then it clogged up the pipes. So it started leaking to the roof.
Gotcha. All right. Very good. We got it all fixed up. Okay. So today's show, the topic is wash, rinse, repeat. And basically what I wanted to talk about this morning was the idea that nothing ever stays the same. We know that, right? A present moment practice is staying present in the moment, but that doesn't mean that things don't change. It actually means the opposite. It's the idea that you have to accept the fact that things do continually change. Just like this morning I came in, everybody knows me pretty much as a positive guy, right? I am a positive guy. I do think things are going to work out. However, in that moment, there are still things that are frustrating. There are things that it's like, man, I'm having a real hard time accepting the fact that this is going this way. I was having one of those kind of mornings. So I come in, everybody's like, what's the good news? I'm like, I got none. They're like, oh no, we're in trouble. Wheeler's not got any good news. He'll lie to us even if he doesn't, at least, make us feel better here. But so it's that idea of impermanence. And I've begun to realize how the things that you need to work on are the things that are lessons that you need to learn. They'll continue to present themselves, although they may not always look exactly the same. And I was trying to think, how do I explain that to people? How do I let people know what that feeling is like so that when they see those things happening in their lives, they'll be able to understand, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. I'm going to not take it personally. It's not against me It's just the way the market is, or the way it is rearing children, or whatever it is that you're getting involved in that is making you feel like you're stretched to understand how things are working out, and that things are going to work out okay. So I started thinking about how, that idea that things are going to keep coming up. So if you are a person who has struggled with ... you fill in the blank, then chances are the universe is going to continue to bring that to you unless and until you finally reconcile or come to terms with that thing. So, for example, let's say you have a scarcity mentality. If you feel like you're always going to end up a little bit short and you're never going to really be able to feel comfortable in your finances. So, I mean, that's just one that's obvious that people deal with a bunch. So I would submit to you that if that's where your mentality is, then you're going to see the world continue to bring that to you over and over and over again until you finally get completely comfortable with the fact that that is not who you are. It doesn't matter the numbers. The universe doesn't matter on those numbers. So, for example, that's why you'll see people who they have a mentality, or they have a concern or a fear that everything's going to get taken away from them at some point. It's just a matter of time. Well, that's when people can win the lottery and still end up a few years later without any money, because it's not about the money or the dollars or any of that stuff. It's about their internal view of the world and of themselves. And so the universe will continue to bring that to you. Now, here's the thing that's really unsettling. The thing that's unsettling sometimes is if you feel as if you've reached some level of peace in a situation, only to find out maybe you haven't.
Gets disturbed.
That's very disturbing. Disturbing is the best word, right? And now think about it like with your faith. Let's say you're a person of faith and you grew up in the church and then got maybe away from the church and then came back to the church. And so it keeps coming back and showing up. And then you get to a place in your life where you feel really comfortable with your faith. And it's like, okay, all right. And then you find yourself having thoughts or taking actions or doing things that are counter to your faith, or you feel as if your faith is letting you down in some area in your life. Then you come back and you're repeating it again, right?
Like something negative happens and you question, okay, was that where it was supposed to be? Is it really doing what it's supposed to do?
Was I just wasting my time? Have I been fooling myself? Have I been in that? The best way I could describe it, I talked to somebody this morning, Tommy and Van, when I came in. It's that idea of that feeling of shifting sands. Mm-hmm. And so when you have things start to move around, it's hard sometimes to get your grounding and get your equilibrium and feel settled in that space. So reason I tell you all that is because it's sort of like washing your clothes, right? Everybody wants to wear clean clothes. And so throughout your life, you'll, assuming you're not in some other kind of situation, just normal day-to-day life. So, but the washing machine is not going to be the same forever, right? The detergent's going to change, the machine's going to change, where you're washing your clothes is going to change. All of those things are going to change. That's what made me start thinking about the wash, rinse, repeat. Because the truth is, what you really want is you really want to have clean clothes so that you can do whatever it is you're doing. But the way that gets done in the circumstance will always continually change. And so you have to understand that when you're going through your life, realize that there will be times that if there is something, and especially the universe is like that. The universe is both benevolent, fair, extremely present, and the absolute best version of life. It's also like that person that you know that can say 3 words and you just want to hit them in the face because you just literally are like, how could you figure out the 3 words that you could say to me right now that would make me want to just hit you in the face, right? Yeah. The universe will do that, right? You'll be walking along, you're like, okay, everything's... Are you serious right now? But you can't take umbrage with the universe. What you have to understand is that's going to be the way it always presents the things that you need to work on the most. So wash, rinse, repeat. When you find yourself in a situation where there's something that's bothering you, something that's causing you anxiety, realize it is probably a lesson that you've learned before or something that you needed to learn that you didn't learn completely, and it's pointing out something that you need to pay attention to, and it will ease It will get better, but that is something that the universe will continue to remind you of. So as you go out into the day-to-day, you get ready for your appointments, you get all those things. Whenever you feel that little something in the back of your head that feels uncomfortable, feels like it's challenging or peace is eluding you, then all you can do is go into the present moment, look at the situation, don't take it personally, and then figure out what the best thing to do is, what the best steps to take in that situation are at that time, okay? So keep that in mind, and don't get frustrated when the universe brings you something tough to deal with. It's a way of helping you out. Okay, Van, take us out. Y'all have a great day.